Hey friends, welcome back. So today is May 7th and I am going to be talking to you guys about my May TBR. I'm obviously starting this off a little late in the month. I have already started some of these books, and I'm not gonna lie, there are a lot of books on this month's TBR. More than likely probably not gonna get to all of these, but doesn't hurt to have an ambitious list at the beginning of the month, somewhat beginning of the month. So yeah, let's jump right into the list. So some of these are ebooks and audiobooks that I don't have copies of. So as usual, I'll put the cover up in the corner here. And then there are several physical books that I have as well. So starting off with the ebooks and audiobooks, the first is The Final Gambit by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. I have talked about this one a few times. I have been slowly working my way through it. I'm about 54% in now. It's not that I don't like it. I am enjoying it. Things have just been really busy the last month or so, and I keep like piecing my way through it, but then my library keeps taking it back, and then I have to wait all over again for it to like for my hold to be up and for it to be my turn again. So honestly, that's been the longest piece of waiting, is waiting for it to be my turn for the book at the library again. So I'm really enjoying this one. Mainly the longest part, like I said, has been just kind of waiting for the book to come in at the library. But hopefully I will be able to finish this one up here this month. Then the second book I have, I think I've mentioned this one as well, is Slewfoot by Brom. I've heard a lot of really good things about this one and people really enjoyed it. Not sure what it's about exactly, but we'll find out. Hopefully I will actually get to it this month. This one's been the same. I keep checking it out from the library and then not getting to it, and the library snatches it back. I have to check it back out. So it's been like back and forth between me and the library with this book. But I do have it now, so hopefully I'll be able to get through it. Then the next book I have is the London Seance Society. Again, I'll have the cover up here. I've heard a lot of people talking about this book recently. A few people, I want to say Olivia from Olivia Reads a Latte, talked about this book, and I think somebody else talked about it as well. I don't remember who, but I've heard several people, like I said, talk about it. So hopefully I will like that one. And then the next book I have is After the Flood. I want to say Jordaline from Jordaline Reads talked about this one. I think it's dystopian sci-fi, maybe. If you've been around here for a while, you know that I don't usually read synopsis on the back of books. So I usually go in blind. So not 100% sure what it's about, but I know I've heard at least one person talk about it and like it. So that is that one. Then I have Babel. I talked about this in my April wrap-up. I was having a hard time getting through the physical book of Babel. It was taking me a long time to get through it. And so usually those type of books, I like know about myself that it's easier for me to get through it or to read it by listening to it through audiobook. So that's what I did. I got the audiobook of Babel. I'm like 60% of the way through. I'm not going to start all over. I'm just going to pick it up where I left off. So I'm like 60% of the way through. So hopefully having the audiobook will now help me finish the rest of it. And I will be able to tell you guys what I think about the last like 40% of it. Then the next book I have is A Worthy Opponent by Katie Robert. This is her, I forget the name of the series, but this is the third book of the series, I believe, third or fourth book in the series. This is about Hook and Tink, so it is a Peter Pan retelling, which I love. I did start this like a while ago, but I only got in like 2 chapters, maybe 3 chapters, not very far. And I really do want to finish it and continue on with the series. I'm not sure how many books are in the series, but I would like to continue on, so I'm going to try to finish this month as well. Then the next book I have is A Prophecy in Ash by Julie, I don't know how to say her last name, Julie Z. She is one that I have followed on YouTube and Instagram for a very long time. And I loved the first book in the series. I started the second book, and then same thing, it got like taken back from the library for me. I definitely need to go buy physical copies of these. But this one is like, it has fae, but it's also set like in the modern world. It's also poly, and it's kind of has like a mystery vibe to it as well. So it's got a little bit of everything, which I really like. Like I said, I really liked the first book. and what I have read of the second book I was really enjoying as well. She did just announce the title for the third book. I want to say it's a Destiny and Ash, I believe, I think is what she revealed the title was, which I'm really excited for. I don't know exactly when that one comes out. I know she was recently doing her like edits and revisements and all that on that one, so I'm not sure exactly when that one comes out, but so far I'm really enjoying the series and I'm excited to get on to the third book when it comes out. Then the next book I have is called The Making of Another Motion Picture by Tom Hanks. I'm not sure if this is like a like an autobiography about his life, or just a book that he happens to have written like about making movies. I'm not 100% sure, but I love Tom Hanks. He is probably my all-time favorite actor, and I enjoy basically anything he does. So this just happened to pop up on my library app, and I figured why not check it out, see what it's about, and so I did. So I will let you guys know what it ends up being about and what I think. The next book is Meet Me at the Lake by წარმოᴏ, I believe is her name. I recently saw this on somebody's YouTube, I don't remember exactly who, but it sounded good, and I believe it's a contemporary romance, so yeah, we will see how that one goes. Then a book I've heard a few people talking about is Chain Gang All-Stars. I believe it's a dystopian, which I haven't read a dystopian book in quite a while, and I usually do typically like dystopian books, so I am excited to give this one a shot. It is an audiobook, so hopefully I'll be able to get through it pretty quickly. And yeah. The next book is The Ferryman by Justin Cronin. This is another one that was recommended off of somebody's YouTube channel, I don't remember who. It might be dystopian as well, I don't remember, but yeah, I have the cover up here if you want to look it up, and I'll have a link for it down below as well as for all of these. The next book I have is Our Share of Night by Mariana Enriquez. This book is huge. The audiobook is like 24 hours long, and I recently saw the book in person at Barnes & Noble, and I think it's like 800 pages long or something. So I did start this a while back, but I only got like maybe a chapter in. And a 24-hour audiobook is definitely a commitment. Most audiobooks I think are maybe like 10, 12 hours, maybe like 14. I don't think I've ever seen a 24-hour long audiobook. So it's definitely a commitment, but I've heard really good things. I think this is like a horror set in Mexico, I think. But I've heard really good things about it, and I've been in the mood for a good horror, so we'll see how this one goes. Then I did start Midnight Kisses, which is a contemporary like sports romance on Kindle Unlimited. So far it's pretty good. There are some things that I'm not loving about it. Like the main female character, like I don't love her. I'm not like fully rooting for her yet, but I'm still only like maybe 20-30% in, so I'm hoping she'll kind of turn me around the further we get in. But I really like the main male character, so hopefully so we will see how that one progresses. Like I said, hopefully the characters will win me over in the end. Then the next book, I did already start. I have talked about this one. This is In the Lives of Puppets by TJ Klune. This definitely has the potential to be one of my favorite books of the year. I loved The House in the Cerulean Sea and Under the Whispering Door by TJ Klune. The House in the Cerulean Sea was my favorite book of the year. The year it came out, I don't remember what it was, 2019, 2020. And In the Lives of Puppets is so good so far. I'm like 50 or 60% in now, I think. There's just something about the way that TJ Klune writes characters that gets to me every time. I'm usually more plot driven than character driven. Like I care more about a like fast-paced, very like full of action plot. But TJ Klune's books are always about the characters for me. So I'm really enjoying this one. Like I said, I think it could be a contender for one of my favorite books of the year. So I'm hoping to get that finished out this month. I believe that actually comes out this month. I have an audio arc of it. Oh, that's not true. I'm reading it in ebook. I got an e-arc of it. But it does come out this month. I don't remember exactly when. I'll link it down below. But I highly recommend it already. Even though I haven't finished it, I definitely can tell you already that I recommend it. Then I have Eternally Damned, which is a like Kindle Unlimited romance. The author is someone that I follow on TikTok, I believe, and the book sounded good. It's like a paranormal romance, and so I thought I'd check it out, and I'm like 40% in. Pretty good. I think it's gonna be a solid 3-star. Then the next book I have is The Gargoyle's Captive by Katie Roberts. This is the third or fourth book in the, of course now I can't remember the name of the series, but like I said, the book will be linked up here. This is like the third or fourth book in the series, I think. I'm really enjoying this series. Each book is kind of the same premise, but slightly different. Things kind of go a little bit differently in each book. And yeah, they're pretty good. They're pretty solid. The next book is What Happened to Ruthie Ramirez. This is a YA mystery thriller. This is about a young girl named Ruthie who goes missing when she's like 13, I think, 13 or 14. And several years later, I think like 10 years later or something, her sisters see a woman on TV who looks just like her, who they believe is their missing sister. And so it's about their like journey to find her and what like finding out exactly what happened to her and everything. I'm like 20% in, so far they're just coming to the part where they just discovered this woman on TV who looks just like their sister, and they're trying to figure out exactly who this woman is. So far it's good. I've heard really good things. I'm excited to see where it goes. Then the next book I have is Just the Nicest Couple by Mary Kubika. She wrote another like mystery thriller book that I can't remember the name of right now, but I liked that one. I ended up not liking the ending of it. I think the build-up was good, but I didn't love the ending. This one so far I'm not too far in, but this is about two couples. One is like the first couple, they're like a doctor, the husband's a doctor and the wife is a teacher. Then the second couple, the wife is a teacher as well, and the two teachers are like best friends. And the husband, I forget what he does. He's like a banker or something maybe. Some kind of like businessman. And the one teacher, the English teacher, she's pregnant, and there's like a mystery that happens. One of them ends up injured, and they're trying to figure out exactly what happened. I'm not very far in, so I don't know where this is gonna lead. But so far it's been pretty interesting. Okay, so those are all of the ebooks and audiobooks I have. Now we'll go to the physical books that I have. So the first book I have is A Heart Worth Stealing by Joanna Baker. This is a proper romance book from Shadow Mountain. I don't read these often. I don't know, is there a difference between proper romance and like a Regency romance? I don't know. I don't usually read these ones. This is set in 1802. I've tried to read these kind of books before and I haven't loved them. But like I said, I did receive this arc from Shadow Mountain, and I'll give it a shot to see how it goes. This does come out, it says May 2023. I'm not sure when this month it comes out. But yeah, I'm gonna give this one a try. And then the next book I have is Beauty Reborn. This is also from Shadow Mountain, and this is a Beauty and the Beast retelling. I love like fairy tale retellings, especially like Disney. I know Beauty and the Beast was more than just a Disney movie, but I love these kinds of retellings. So I'm excited to check it out, and it is pretty short. It's only like 190 pages, so I could probably finish this in a day. But this is another arc that I received from Shadow Mountain, so thank you Shadow Mountain for that, and I will see what I think. And this one I think also came out, yeah, this one also comes out in May. Then the next book I have is Where the World Ends. This is a book of the month book that I've had sitting on my shelves forever that I need to get to so I can see if I want to keep it, or if I'm going to put it up on Pango or donate it, or what I'm going to do. This one came out in 2019, and I have not gotten to it yet. I'm not sure what it's about. I think it might be like a dystopian. Not 100% sure, but I hopefully we'll get to this one and see what it's all about. Then I have The Grace Year. This one, almost reminds me of what's it called? Strange Grace. Just in that there's like a sacrifice every so many years. It might be every year in this book. So in Garner County, girls are banished for their 16th year to release their magic into the wild so they can return purified and ready for magic. Okay, so they're not actually being sacrificed, I guess. They're just being banished to release whatever magic they hold before they get married. So that sounds pretty interesting. I've had this one for a while. I think this book is fairly old. I don't think it's very recent. But I've heard good things, and see, it says New York Times bestseller, so I'm assuming that means it's pretty good. So yeah, I'm gonna check this one out, hopefully get to it, and since it's been sitting on my shelves for a while. Then I think I talked about this one in last month's TBR. I know I talked about it recently, and that is As Long as the Lemon Trees Grow. Not sure what it's about, but I've heard it's a tearjerker. I've heard it's pretty sad, and can be pretty like hard-hitting. So that is exactly the kind of book that I enjoy. I like reading books that make me feel something and make me think and draw out like different emotions. So hopefully this one will do just that. Then the next book I have is The Adventures of Amina al-Sarafi. This is like a pirate sea voyaging book, which I love. I love books having to do with the ocean, with pirates and journeying on the ocean, all that stuff. So anything like nautical. And I've heard good things about this one, so I am excited to check this one out. And then the last two go hand in hand. The problem with these is that once I start them, I don't want to put them down, which has been my problem thus far in May. And that is A Court of Wings and Ruin. I started this like last week, I think, and I'm more than halfway through, or about halfway through. We were on vacation. That's the only reason I haven't finished it. Otherwise, I would have finished it by now. But I don't need to tell you guys what this is about. I think everybody knows at this point. Love these books. This is like my 5th read through of the original like portion of the series. I was reading these with my coworkers, and then they all kind of pulled ahead of me because I fell behind during vacation, but I still want to finish it off for sure. And then that will lead me into my reread of A Court of Silver Flames, which I loved and ended up being my favorite book in the series. So I'm really excited to pick it up and reread this one. It's so funny because most books that are 600, 700, 800 pages long like intimidate me and I don't want to read them. These, no problem. I've read, like I said, this one probably 4 or 5 times already, and I love it. And I'm excited to get to this one. So that tells you how much I love these, how big of a fan I am of the series. And yeah, that is it for my TBR. Like I said, I don't know how many of these I'm actually going to get through, but we will see. I will check back in with you guys at the end of the month to follow up and let you know my thoughts on all of these and let you know how many I got through. So I will see you then.